All right, starting a new video, and one of my students that I've actually worked with in person. His name is Cody Deal. He drove to Tulsa, and we had some in-person lessons, and he helped me get my Patreon started. And he's a very athletic man. He could be a heck of a player for sure. Lots of potential. Um, Basically, Cody is so strong he can make up for a lot of flaws that a lot of other people can't because he's just that strong and flexible. So I'm going to see one of his shots. I've got a few videos here, and here we go. I'll do it again. See if we can get Facebook to stop skipping. Okay. Now, this isn't a full power shot. I've got another video that is a full power shot, but I didn't see any difference between the two. So I don't really think it makes that much difference for what I'm going to talk about. Cody is what I call a classic skipping past the windup thrower. So he's never really staying on his back foot for any length of time to get wound up. So, and I know he would want me to be brutally honest, so I'm going to be brutally honest. So, here we go. So I'm going to skip forward, skipping forward. Come on. Here we go. Okay. So in this portion of his throw, right as soon as his back foot hits the ground, right here. Okay. This should be the period that we should see this angle of his shoulders start to increase before he gets significantly over to this side. There has to be a certain amount of time allowed. This is just like a golf swing. You have to be on the right side and get wound up before you can move over and release the left side. So we wind the right side around the left side, and then we transfer over, and as we're doing it, we move the left side over the right side, around the right side. Okay, so you can see the angle of his shoulders is about 45 degrees. Still about 45 degrees, maybe 55. Okay, so he might be at 60 degrees at just about the time his toe hits the ground. Okay, because he never actually took the time to get wound up. So let's compare that to a video that I used earlier, which I really like. This young man, he really gets wound up. He's like an extreme example of awesomeness. So this is in slow motion, and I'll play it once all the way through, and then we'll back up and I'll show you his positions. Anytime you're ready, bud. Anytime. It's like watching Nico get ready to throw. Just kidding. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now, let's watch it again. And again, I already used him once before, so this isn't new. I did this analysis before, but this is what I'm looking for in a student. I'm looking for a commitment to a wind up before we worry about throwing that disc. All right, so we're going to get ready now. The back foot hits the ground. Okay, now he's already at 45 to 60 degrees before his foot ever hits the ground. Okay, he's already committed to a wind up. Okay, so now he's on one foot and he's starting his forward knee toward the target, so he's already starting to get ready to transfer his weight over. Now, he's on this hip joint and on this leg, and he's back over the top of it. He's not trying to get over the top of this leg yet. He's over the top of his back leg. Okay, still there. Still there. Staying back over the top of his trailing side, loading up this leg in torque. And as you can see, his shoulders are now 90 degrees. Now his shoulders are starting to move toward 100 degrees. And his lower body starts, this kick starts, and his shoulders are almost at 120 degrees. That's a wind-up. He has not transferred his weight. There's barely any weight on this foot. His foot has barely touched the ground. This is not a weight transfer yet. The weight transfer is much later. Okay, so we look at this. The weight is already trying to get over here. And this is just stuck. Weight transfer is way too early. The shoulders never turned. It didn't happen over the top of his back foot. Most of his windup is happening. He should have stayed here until he was wound all the way up. And then you transfer your weight, right? I made a video specifically addressing this. It's called Skipping Past the X Step. And this is not anything any different. But this is, I think Cody likes to get over here. I want to get over here over the top of this leg because of the time spent pulling the disc. When actually he should just be comfortable being on the back side of his leg. Let that back side swing, or the front side swing, right? So let the front side swing in front of the back side. So the X step, see how this front side is swinging? Watch his leg. Watch his leg here, right? Swinging. He's staying, his head is over the top of this foot. Still is. Hasn't moved. Still isn't moving. Hasn't transferred any weight. He's falling forward, but no weight is actually hit yet. He's moving his center over to the front, but he's not in any big hurry to do it. He's over this side. This side. He's over this side. Now, watch the body swing forward, center up, and it ends up his head is right behind this knee. In literally that is just perfect position. I mean, what do you have to say wrong about that? There's just nothing wrong about that. That is super powerful. Very, very late weight shift. Very large wind up. Not being afraid to be on that back foot and stay over that back foot, and don't be in a big hurry to get to the front foot. So again, we'll look at, this is about as far as the shoulders got turned. That's it. Even in full, now he's in like full whip. So this is going this way and this is going that way. But we can see the shoulders stopped turning because he's already in weight shift. Everything's locked up. This is all locked up. No matter how flexible you are. There's nothing to go into the hit with because it's all locked up. Both feet are on the ground. This is not the same as I don't really think this is that hard to learn. I really don't. That's that position. And I could go over all the other stuff, but those are the same positions. Now the disc is obviously in a different position. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's look at this. Super late weight shift, stayed center, was over the top of his right foot for virtually the entire throw. Not over his left foot. That's what pullers do. They jump to the right, to the front foot, and pull. And I suppose there are people teaching that. I don't know. I don't teach it. And this is what I would teach. And this is not that hard to do. But you have to commit to doing 1 steps. You got to commit to doing the drills that I talked about in the skipping over the X step drill video. It takes some commitment. Trust me, this guy's got the stuff to be able to do it. But it's this need to get over that front foot, trying to get his head over the front of this foot here. And there's nothing, everything's out of position. I mean, the fall forward, actually his head should probably stop right there. That'd be as far as it ever wants to go. This knee should already be way up here, because he would have been back here. Let's watch it one more time. I don't want to beat it to death, but here's his head over his foot. Not in any hurry to get that head over to his other foot. Basically, he hits this spot right here, and he's just going to crank up right there. He's cranking up, and he's staying back over this knee and over this foot. Just keeps cranking up, cranking up, cranking up. Now his toe hit the ground, and he's still back here. His spine is tilted back over his backside. And that's how you can end up with the knee drop occurring. It's not that you can just go out and drop your knee. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. That position, this position with the knee dropped, is actually an effect of the cause of getting wound up and keeping the spine back over the back foot. And then once you let it go, it will drop in behind this foot. And everybody's way over here trying to get on top of this knee instead of being in behind the knee. This is a very comfortable position. This is almost like a squat position if you were going to sit down on a chair. If he were to move this knee up here next to the other one, he could just sit right down on the chair. Okay, Cody, hope this helps, bud. Thank you very much. Join my Patreon for lessons. Spin and throw, disc golf on Facebook. Awesome. Catch y'all later.